Welcome, welcome, welcome to Women Empowered Women in Business International Radio with none other than your host, Taylor K. on the mic. It is such a pleasure that you all joined us this evening. I thank you, thank you, thank you. We have a special guest here with us today that is going to drop some knowledge and hopefully tell us how to time manage because she wears so many hats. So, before we get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Empowered Women in Business International. So, Empowered Women in Business International serve a sisterhood of women entrepreneurs who understand that individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever change the world. Members of our movement experience a support system that allows them to celebrate their wins and share their struggles in a series of opportunities that enhance them personally and professionally. So, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, you can visit our website at www.ewbiradio.org. Again, that's www.ewbiradio.org. We would love to have you become a part of our sisterhood. We have our very own little Black Wall Street right within our organization, and it's amazing. So, it again, if
Mhm.
that sounds like something you would be interested in, you can even drop a comment or visit our website at www.ewbiradio.org. Now, next up, we have a wonderful guest here for you today. I can't wait to introduce none other than Miss Trina Montgomery Curry. And like I said, she is phenomenal and she wears so many hats, so many. And I'm going to just read our quote of the day first. And then once we finish our quote of the day, then we'll get to meet Trina. So, develop and empower others if you cannot be replaced. You cannot be promoted. Develop and empower others if you cannot be replaced. You can be promoted. What do you think about that, Trina?
Mm. Mm.
Develop and empower others. That part right there just speaks volumes to me. I like that. Develop
Yeah.
and empower others. And then it talks about if you
Hmm.
cannot be replaced, then you can be promoted. So that
That's
says a
right.
lot. So
It
like
does.
if what do you think about that? You want to expand on that?
Well, it does. That first part, that's powerful because we always want to. It's the process of duplication. We want to always be able to, you know, encourage those to strive to be, better than we are. So, pouring into people just to strengthen them in any way, because we always want the next generation to be better than the last generation. So whether it be through a mentorship or whatever the case may be, we always want to be able to lift up the next person and empower them, encourage them to go to the next level, which in all reality will, equivalent to promotion eventually.
That's right. Man, you are just always ready to drop some knowledge. I love it, love it, love it. Always ready to just drop that knowledge. So,
Thank you.
before we get started, we have a couple of viewers that want to say hi. I see Jaconda Harrison, and she is with Women, Wine, and Wisdom. Women, Wine, and Wisdom. And
Okay.
they're an organization that they do so many different community service projects within the Baltimore City corridor. So
Mhm.
shout out to Women, Wine, and Wisdom. I hope
Yes.
I
Yes.
right.
Hello.
And then our Vice President, Menina Bush, who has a birthday tomorrow. Woo!
Yes.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday. Happy
She
birthday.
says, hello, my EWBI sisters. And then, hi, Marsha. I see a Marsha Brown visiting today. And I see one of our newest EWBI sisters, Miss Dondra. Hey, Miss Dondra, thanks for
Hey.
tuning in. So, ladies, throughout this broadcast, please feel free to send us your messages, questions for Trina, any information you would like to share. Please feel free to comment, and we'll do our best. Now, sometimes the comments are delayed, and we don't see them until after the broadcast, which and if that happens, then I'll go back through and respond. But for the most part, we do try to respond to your comments. So this is a very interactive broadcast. So we want you to be able to interact, ask questions, and join in. Comments are all welcome. So, oh, Miss Dondra said, "Hey,
Hey.
yes, that's our member." So we're going to get started. Trina, tell us a little bit about yourself. You wear so many hats. Just a little
Yes.
snippet. Don't give them everything, because I still got to ask you questions. But just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. Just a little bit. Well, I guess to start off, I am a divorced single mother of two wonderful children, 15, and my baby girl will be 13 next week, and just a business owner and a woman that just I have so many different hats. It's so many, you know. And I don't want to go into anything, but because I know you still have questions to ask, but just a little bit of everything. I love the Lord. I'm a worshiper.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
a
you,
worshiper. I'm an intercessor. So that is just, you know, and I just love life. I love life. I love growing. I love learning. I love adventure. Um,
so
I'm a
one.
sponge, so I'm always trying to learn new things. So that's one thing I love.
So one of the blessings is that I had the awesome opportunity to attend high school with Trina. So I got to know the side that you. So me seeing her sit here in her professionalism and all its glory, I'm just like, wow.
Thank you
You
so
had
much.
some back in the day. So
Yes.
so Trina, tell them. So right now, you are an elder elect.
Hmm. Hmm.
You want to tell them a little bit about that journey, and then we'll get into your different businesses.
Okay, surely. Well, I'm a proud member of the on the ministerial staff at my wonderful church, Word of Life Christian Community Church, under the leadership of Dr. Jermaine and Elder Michelle Johnson in Windsor Mill, Maryland. And I've been in ministry, you know, all my life. I was ordained. I accepted my call in 2014 to preach the gospel, and but my journey did not start behind the mic or standing behind that sacred desk. My journey started as a psalmist,
Mm.
and all my life I've been singing in church, and I just thought that that was my call. You know, having my background in music, that is what, you know. I went to Morgan State University, and was able to. I was on a full ride scholarship for vocal performance, and I sang with the world renowned Morgan State Choir, and just, you know, strengthen my craft and my skill. But there was an anointing that took place, so I carried that into the church, and, you know, and just grew as a worship leader, as a choir director, and just started, you know, started there. But then God shifted my pulpit. You know, He shifted me, and, you know, now I am elder elect. So I'll be at the end of the year, I'll be elevated and ordained to an elder. And again, I love ministry. I love serving, outreach, and you know, just helping people, just being that vessel that God can use to pour in to others and spread the good news of the gospel. That's pretty much it.
So as long as I can remember, you always loved doing hair.
Hmm.
Always styling hair. Always,
Yes.
ever since I can remember. So, where did your love from doing hair come from? And well, first tell us the name of your hair salon, and then tell us where did that love for doing hair come from?
Okay, well, my salon, my hair salon, it's Sure Anointing Hair Studio. And man, I remember as a child, I can remember when I was like 5, 6 years old. Well, first off, I would watch my mom. I would watch my mother do hair all the time. And I used to marvel at her hair. You know, my mother's half Cherokee. And so she would have this long hair and she would let me play in it. You know, her thing was brushing. Brush your hair every day before you go to bed, brush your hair. And so that would be my job. And so I would brush her hair, brush her hair. And I was so fascinated with it to the point that I would, try to style it up and do different things with it. And then it transitioned to my baby dolls. All my baby dolls was bald headed because I was trying all kind of stuff. But that's how I learned. And then I would start doing things to my baby dolls, and my mother would say, "You did that?" And I say, "Yes." And so then she started teaching me with my baby doll. She started teaching me how, like first started me corn rolling and plaiting. And then from there, I know you can remember the hot combs and the Marcel curling irons on the stove. So then it started with that. So once I learned to corn roll and braid and things of that nature, then it was, all right, take it out. Now we got to press out the crinkles. So then she taught me how to use the straightening comb. And so then I would do that. And then she taught me how to Marcel. So by like 9 or 10 years old, it was a wrap. And so I could corn roll my own hair at 9 and 10 and put beads on it and stuff.
Wow.
And she would come home and say, "You did." And I say yes. And then of course, I lost my mom. I know you can remember. I lost my mom when we were in high school, and she died when I was 14. And so that really took something from me. I couldn't see her like we would. My mother, she wasn't licensed doing hair, but she had Cherry Hill on lockdown, and she would just be doing hair, pressing and comb. She was just knowing for pressing and curling. And I said, man, and our house would be packed with people coming to get their hair done. And I was like, I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to do that. And that's how it was. And then, when I was in middle school, going into high school, that's all I did. And everybody would come. And it was just a gift. It was a gift, and it was an anointing. And then, I was in my first salon, about 15 under the apprenticeship
Wow.
program. And then that started, and then things shifted where I had to go to hair school because, just things were not going the way I wanted them to go. And we won't go get into that whole story, but it was
Oh,
just more of, people just not doing you right because you're a young person. I had clientele, I had knowledge, and I said, I have to be under somebody that's going to train me the right way. And so with that being said, went to cosmetology school. I walked in the door. The favor of God has always been on my life. Always been on my life. I walked right into cosmetology school, and right there, just they looked at my portfolio, looked at what I could do, offered me gave me a scholarship. They paid half of it. I got half of the money just walking in the door. And I was just like, wow, this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. So God was always opening doors for me to get to where I was supposed to be. And from there, I graduated cosmetology school, got picked up from, I don't know if you remember the Kimmy Oil Company, Kimmy Oil.
yes.
I don't know if you remember them, but out of over 200 girls in my class, my graduating class in cosmetology, they picked me. And so I got to move out to Columbia, Maryland, and work in their salon. And it started from there. And then I just took off, and then eventually opened my own. So it's
Wow.
just been in my blood. It's
Oh,
doing hair is not work for me. It's ministry. It's therapy. And I just felt like I can do it even when I don't care how tired I get. I can still do it. So I love it.
well, one of our quotes that we often say on here on EWBI Radio is that being fulfilled is finding your passion, letting it lead
Mhm.
you to your purpose, and walking it out in your pumps. So it
All
sounds
right
like
now.
you did do that with
Hmm.
your whole, because you said it's ministry. How many people think of shampooing or styling hair as ministry? So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
when did you realize that you were passionate about it?
Um, when I could do it and not get paid for it.
Mm,
when,
exactly.
when I can do it, it was at a place where I was being a blessing to so many people because I'm just a giver. And people would come and or I would just start adopting people and say, hey, come on and get your hair done. Somebody got laid off, they needed their hair done, come on and get your hair done. Didn't worry about it. I just started being a blessing to people, people that I just knew couldn't afford it but wanted to have services done. And then I found myself just doing hair to be doing it, not really making the money that I was supposed to make. And then I watched people start taking advantage of the kindness and things of
Mm,
that nature. So I had to kind of shift a little bit because you don't want people to take advantage of you. But I just knew that it was something that I wanted to do. And my ministry, my pulpit was started behind the chair. Before
mm.
I hit any pulpit in the church, my pulpit was behind the chair. I was an intercessor before I knew the word intercessor, because I would
Wow.
pray for my clients. I remember having I used to have this jar that my clients could come in and write a prayer request or a concern. Okay, and they would put it in this jar. I would anoint that jar, that little vessel, and pray over it all the time. I would shut my salon down, and we would have hour of power prayers on Saturdays, and we would come together to pray. So, and I was always ministering to, because people come to you and they're broken and they're hurt on the inside. And it's one thing to make someone look good on the outside. It's one thing to be able to slay a hairdo or to beat a face. But when somebody is broken on the inside, and what I found myself doing is because people, when you go to salons, people sit there and they pour their self out to you. You become, good friends. You become somebody that's really close and special. You build a rapport with your clients, and they trust you. They believe that what they share with you will stay with you. And so I wanted to have that place, because some people, when they walked out of your salon, when they walked out of my salon, they were broken. They had to go back to a broken atmosphere. And so while you were in my salon, I made the atmosphere conducive, one, so that the Holy Spirit can have its way and do what it needed to do. Because some people would come in so broken that I would have to minister, before I could even start on them. They were already broken, and God would give me, and God knew who to send.
Mm.
It's like he orchestrated who needed to come.
Sure he does.
Yes.
Yes.
So it was just like, man. And then I just found people coming from every which way, and then they would call back with testimonies. You prayed for me. You did this, you did that. And God showed up and did X, Y, Z. So I just found it a joy to be able to be a blessing to other people, not just working on the outside, making them look good, but also mending the broken pieces on the inside and helping them to walk out, being able to hold their shoulders back and their head up and say, I do look good, no matter what that man said, or no matter what that person said to me, or how I was treated. I am worth, looking good and being proud of myself. So, and that was just one thing I saw myself doing outside of just doing hair, just being able to be a blessing, and being a vessel that God could use to help men, broken females. So,
Mm.
yeah.
So Mirla chimed in and said that Trina has done my hair several times, and I'm very pleased with the result every time. She says definitely a ministry.
Hey, Merla. Thank you so much, Merla. Yes, Merla is listen. Merla has been a blessing to me. So, with just like with my clients as well, my clients come in and they are a blessing to me. So, yes, Merla was definitely one of those who poured into my life, and she let God use her in a mighty way to pour into my life. So, love you, Merla. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about, so you're a hairstylist and
Mhm.
now you're into 4X. Am I saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
right?
Yes, 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 yes. So yes,
Oh,
outside of the salon and being a hairstylist, makeup artist, and nail tech, I also now my venture is forex trading. This is another one of my passions. I've been doing hair 35 going on 36 years. So it comes a time where I gotta put myself in position to hang up my curling irons, okay? to put the clippers down, to put the scissors down. And it's one thing to do hair because you want to, and then it's another to do it because you have to. All right. So as we are getting up there in age, I said, I'll need to position myself, so that when I'm ready to retire and sit down, that I can comfortably, because, you're used to living a certain lifestyle, then you need to have that money coming in. Right. And so many of us live on the left side of money, where we either work for somebody or we work for ourselves. But then the problem with that is that, if you're working for yourself, you don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? If you don't work, you don't eat. So you're chasing a dollar. And I said, something has to give. And so I prayed and I asked God, I said, my children are growing up. I need more time. I need more freedom. And I need to be in position to retire. And retirement is an income. It's not an age. Everybody says when I get 65 or when I get whatever their retirement age is, they're going to retire. Retirement is when you have enough money to go sit down.
Come on
So,
now.
so when I prayed and asked God, because I said I have been working so long, and I really, now I'm in a season that I really want to live my best life. I want to enjoy my children. I'm working so much that I looked up, and my children, my son is 15 years old, standing 6'2", wearing a size 12 shoe. Where did time go? And it's like, okay, something has to give, because I'm always working, always. And so I said, I prayed, and then God showed me this vessel here. And of course, I'm always studying. And so I got into my word, and the Holy Spirit led me to Ecclesiastes 11:1, where it says it is good to trade foreign currency. That is what they did in the Bible days. Okay, Moses traded gold, he traded silver. This is things that they did. And I said, okay, well, this I think this is gonna work for me. So my mentor, I have two mentors in the game. They are retired NFL football players. And what they told me was the NFL didn't retire them. Okay, Forex did. All right. So my mentors, Jim Davis, who played for the Baltimore Ravens, and David Clowney, who played for the Jets, they're my mentors, my brothers. And they poured into me, and they said, sis, this is something that you could do, because, you're always passionate about something. And when I saw how easy it was, I was like, why aren't more people doing this? Why we don't know about this? And it's not that we don't know. It's not new. It's just new to us. The wealthy have been doing it for years. So it's like we have to get to the place. So trading Forex currencies, it's like trading currency internationally. So how when you go to, say, you go to Canada, you take US dollar, you can't spend that over there. You have to get their currency. So you trade it in at the currency booth. And when I went to Canada, my 100 US dollars was worth $120 in Canada. So that's what we do in the market. And we trade from our cell phones. And man, when I say it is just easy, and my children, they love it. Children do it. We make it a family affair. It's nothing but lines, colors, and numbers. And you hit a buy button or a sell button, and we get the job done. So I'm building wealth there, and
teaching your children all at the same time.
yeah, come on
That's
here.
important.
Yes, it's a generational curse breaking strategy. I asked God for something that is going to set my children up, set the next generation up. And this is a skill set that you can learn that nobody can take from you. It's amazing. And again, like I said, the wealthy have been doing it for years. This is what the banks do with your money. They just don't want you to know that. But when you think about the money that's sitting in your bank account now, the money that's sitting in your savings account, it's been there for a whole year. How much money have you made on that thing? Absolutely nothing. But they can guarantee you 0.0 nothing on your money, and it's sitting there. You're not even making 1% on your savings account at the bank, right? But that's what they do. When the bank shuts down, and you try to go log in to look at your bank account, bank statements or whatever, and it gives you that error message to say you can't log in at this time to this time, that's exactly what the banks are doing. But by law, you gave them permission to do that when you opened up their bank account. And so this is what they do, and they don't want, we once we know about it, then we can cut out the middleman. So it's just a skill that I love, I'm passionate about. And it's my job is to, again, I'm a giver. I want to be able to give this knowledge out and help as many people as I can, because we just want to empower. That's one thing I love about this organization, is that we as business women, we're empowering empowering each other and empowering the next generation. All right, because a lot of things that we went through in the past, we don't have to go through in the future. So if we can take the next generation and shift them to the next level, why not?
That's
Okay,
right.
if you think about your generations, if you think about your parents, and then you think about your parents' parents, and so on and so forth, each generation has done better than the last, and that's what you want, right? So I want my children to do better than me, and so on and so forth. I know I've accomplished more than what my parents did, and my father and my mother, when prior to her passing, did more than her parents. So we always want the next generation to do better than what we're doing, and that's just my goal. When you have a birthday, and then you have the date that you close your eyes, but then there's a hashtag in between those two dates. And that hashtag, I wanted to say something. I wanted to mean something when I close my eyes. I want God to be pleased. I wanted to say that she put in some work and sometimes once we take the focus off of ourselves and turn our hearts to those that's less fortunate, turn our hearts to those that need, so many people are broken financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, so many people. But some of us are it's to the point where we worry so much about ourselves. If we just take the focus off of ourselves, we can change the world. We can change the world. So that's just my goal. My goal is
And,
just to
and
empower.
that's why I fit right in with Empower Women in Business International, because our motto is
Yeah,
individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever change the world,
yes,
right?
indeed. And I love it. I love it.
So so you told us a little bit about 4X. So
Mm-hmm.
what would you tell that person who's kind of like, going back and forth? They're saying they're not sure if they want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They may just have questions like, how much money do I have to invest in
Mm-hmm.
4X? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so one of the things that you shared with me that I want you to tap on is
Mm-hmm.
how they educate you on what you're doing. So you're
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily paying for the product, but it's more about the education piece. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes. So it's a platform, all right, that pretty much gives you the full foundation of what Forex is. And when you become a part of the team, it's a team effort. That's one thing I love about it. I want to say that it's a team effort. We have so many educators and mentors that pour into you, so it's a team effort. And all the resources are there once you come on board. Everything is there for you. It's mapped out, and it's easy enough for you to attain, and it's that educational piece. And that's one thing I love about it, because you know you think about, when you went to college or trade school or what have you, and you poured out all this money to try to get your degrees or whatever. How many people are still paying off student loans for that you got a degree in that you're not even working in that field, but you
Mm.
just got a piece of paper? You finished something. That's all it means, is you finished something. And but you are working a job that you're still not getting paid your worth. You're still not getting paid your worth. If you're going to a job every day, the job, I call it just over broke. If you go into that job every day, you have to be told when you take a lunch break, when you take a smoke break, when you hit, like, you're being dictated to what you're supposed to do every day. People wake up and complain about going to a job every day. I don't want to go, but you're going for a dollar bill. But what's your worth, though? What's your worth? When you go to a job, you're being paid for the position. You're not being paid for the person. I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
that again. You're being paid for the position and not the person. So what is your worth? What do you want to make? What is your value? What is your value? We can't let society tell us what our worth is. You're only worth 40,000. You're only worth 50,000. No, that position is only worth that amount of money, but I'm worth more. I'm worth more. So when we get to a place where we can stop letting people dictate what our worth is, because see, I'm created from the Most High God, and I know that there's overflow. I know that there's abundance. I'm supposed to walk in abundance. So I'm not going to let nobody dictate to me what my income is, when I know, if I'm speak millionaire. I speak billionaire in my future. Okay. One thing I know is that you have to speak what you want. You have to speak it in the atmosphere, and you have to put it in the atmosphere what you want. The atmosphere gravitates to what you open your mouth and say. Think about what God did. Everything that he spoke came to existence. When he formed the earth, all he did was open his mouth and spoke, and there it was. So if you're tired of being broke, open your mouth and speak what you need to happen in your life. Habakkuk 2:2 tells us to write the vision and make it plain. Put it down on paper, what you want to do, what you want to make. Put some goals out there, all right? And then put your hand to work. Start trying something new. We're sitting here, and we're in a society where we are trying to figure things out. We're juggling this job, we're juggling that job. We're trying to figure it out when God says, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Why are you trying to do this thing if you just let me handle it? So if we can if we can stop trying to fix everything and go to him for direction and order, and that's just what I did. I said, I have to stop trying to do this by myself. You name it, I have done it. I have sold makeup, pocketbooks, girdles, perfume. I mean, you name it. I have been in it because I kept seeking and knocking. I kept saying, God, something has to open for me. Something has to be done for me. I need financial resources. I want to be debt free, debt freedom, financially free. And this is what I need to do. Standing behind a chair is wonderful. Yes, it's good money standing behind a chair, but it's long hours. If I don't work, I don't eat. And I need a resource that is going to allow me to build generational wealth, that not only I can have money, time, and freedom, but then I can be able to impact the nation, be able to give back to the kingdom of God and bless those that are less fortunate than myself. So when I took the Job mentality of just praying for someone else, and I asked God, give me the wisdom of Solomon and the patience of Job to get things done in my life. And once Trina decided to stop putting her hands on everything and just say, God, order my steps, he manifested and he did just what I asked him to do. And he is opening up doors. He is blessing, and there's overflow. And I just pray that, everyone that is listening under the sound of my voice, you have goals. You have dreams. You have things that's trying to be birthed out of you, but you won't push. You won't push. God has given you vision. He's given you dreams. You have things in your hearts that you want to manifest. You just don't know how. You're scared. You're fearful. And fear ain't nothing but the devil. And he don't have no say. We put him up under the footstools of Jesus even now. All fear is a hindrance from keeping you from what your purpose is supposed to be. If you have an inkling or desire to do something, all that is God pushing, birthing you, putting a seed into you for you to manifest that thing. Give it the 9 months it needs of nourishment so that you can push that thing out. That's all. I know. Listen, y'all getting ready to get me started now. You getting ready to get me started. We have to get to a place where we stop letting society. Why are we making everybody else's dreams come true? Why are we working for other people, making their dreams come true, and we struggling? We working paycheck to paycheck. It's not even paycheck to paycheck. It's paycheck to Monday, because you get paid on Friday and by Monday everything's gone, and now you're starting all over again. No. You should be still living off of, it's 2020. You should still be living off of 2019 money. Listen, come on here. Okay? It's overflow. We can walk in abundance if we just put it out there. So this platform that he laid out for trading has changed my life, changed my zip code. Okay? So I just want to encourage people to do something different. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same results. You keep going into that job that just overbroke. You keep going there. Some people got more than one of them. They leave one just to go to another one. Really? Why is it that you walk into Walmart and the lady or the man standing at the door is 70, 80, 90 years old? because they were not in position for retirement. Why is that? You should not have to leave retirement to go get a job. No, not going to happen. And I know for me, I'm not going to be 60, 70, 80 years old standing behind a chair talking about what you haven't done today. Not going to happen. It's time for me to live my best life. I have put in years. I've been working since I was 14 years old. It is time for me. I am now, and I'm not ashamed to say I am 48 years old. All right. My mother died at the age of 32. My sister died at the age of 20. So for me to still be here today, that's a miracle in itself. So if you don't know a miracle, you're looking at one. So that's why I serve God the way I do, because if you knew that story, that's a whole nother show. If you knew that story, you would know why I have so much passion in my heart to serve the way I do and to give back the way I do. So listen, y'all getting me started. Y'all listen.
Uh-oh.
Listen, I didn't come to play no games. Y'all getting me started. Because he just that good. He's just that good. God is good.
Yes, he is all the time. And the devil try to play so many tricks on us. So the devil
Oh,
thought he was going to win and to get
listen,
off
yes.
of this broadcast. So my daughter, she has a dog, and the dog was chewing on my cord, so it must have put a short in my cord. So when I'm on live broadcast, I always have my cord on just in case it dies or whatever. And
Mhm.
it sure did die, and it was plugged in, but it just stopped working. So had to run and get another cord and get all set back up. But I'm back now. Thank you
All
guys
right.
for
All
tuning
right.
in. That devil stay busy, but we are
Mm-hmm.
not going to have it. So right now, guys, if you are tuned in to Empowered Women in Business International Radio Show, then you see we have our very own EWBI newest sister, Trina Montgomery Curry, on with us, and she is just so phenomenal that she acted like she didn't even see I was gone. She just kept it moving.
Hey, listen, that's what we got to do. We got to keep it going. We got to keep it going.
That's right. The show must go on. So
Yes.
I appreciate you so much. Nicole says Trina is my beautician. She does a wonderful job with making me look beautiful.
Oh, hey Nicole. I love Nicole. Yes. Yes, that's my sister friend as well. And yeah, she too has been a blessing to me. And I just truly thank God. Hey Nicole. I just truly thank God for the women that he puts in my space. Okay, because see, that's one
Mhm.
thing about being self-employed, that I can pick and choose who I choose to service. Okay, because see, people come in and you have to discern sometimes. Okay, because for me, I'm always in I flow in the spirit all the time. And so to have people that can come and sometimes I pour out so much that God knows who to send my way, that sometimes I need to be poured into as well. When you give
Right.
so
That's
much of
right.
yourself, then
That's
God
right.
knows. And so I'm truly thankful for the women that God has brought my way to just to pick me up sometimes when I just need a little bit of encouragement, when I just need to hear it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So I'm grateful, man. I'm truly grateful and blessed.
Look, let me
Yes.
tell you, my pastor said something around this time last year, and I posted it and I shared it today, and it says something like, "Be careful who you have in your circle, because your circle could become your cage."
Come on now. I love it.
That's,
I love it.
that's
Yes, indeed.
the Dame
Yes, indeed.
Dorsey. Pastor
Yeah.
Dame Dorsey of Walk by Faith Ministry. I have on my T-shirt. I was out doing some community work right before the broadcast, but with the church.
Hmm.
But that that speaks so that speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
And you.
speaks volumes because
Yeah.
it talks about who you have in your circle, and we
Yeah.
have to be. Let me tell you. So this is my radio show, right?
Hmm.
And I have the autonomy to invite who I want to invite on the show, who I don't want to invite. And in honesty, I wasn't going to talk about this, but when you said that, I am very careful about who I have in my circle.
Mm-hmm.
And my circle could look different. So I have a intimate circle, but then I have a larger circle. So I have these different circles. But in each of my circle, one thing is always true. I'm very guarded and careful about who I have in that circle. And
Mm-hmm.
this person, just some of the questions they were asking and just how they were asking it, and like she was a famous movie star, and I really was trying to be accommodating. And I said, you know what? Everything is not for everybody.
All
This show
right
is
now.
probably not, this show is probably not for you. And so
Mm-hmm.
when I said that to her, then she tried to get nasty. And you know what I did? I ignored it. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
she had met the Nicole when we were back in high school, I
All
probably
right now.
would not have ignored it. But she met another Nicole, and I don't have time for the foolishness. And
Mm-hmm.
I decide who and what I invite into my circle. So if I want a bunch of chaos, then that's what I'm gonna run with. If I want a bunch of drama,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm gonna run with. If I want a lot of issues going on, that's what I'm gonna run with. But I
Listen,
choose,
you saying something.
yeah, I choose today to
Mm-hmm.
not to eliminate that stuff from my
Mm-hmm.
life, my circles.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
can really appreciate what you're saying because it's so important, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to create Empowered Women in Business International, but so that we could have that sister of us pouring into us, empowering each
Mm-hmm.
other, and that sisterhood of when you need somebody to lean on, you have that
Right.
person. You need somebody to
And it's
celebrate.
needed. Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely needed. It's definitely needed. I don't understand, and I don't know if you have ever experienced it, but I don't understand what it is about us females that it's a whole bunch of, it's just a lot of hate. Like it seems like we just can't get along.
Mm,
And, and I don't throw that word sister around lightly because see that word is it's a powerful word. Your
yeah,
words are powerful,
that's
first
right.
off. So whatever you speak, all right,
That's
your words
and
are powerful. And I can't call you a sister if you talk about me. If if you're not a reliable person. My sister has my back. My sister is there if I need her, my
my
sister's
sister's
not.
gonna regardless of what happens.
Right, right. No matter what my faults are, you're there to pick me up. First off, we are to look down on no man except to pick them up.
Come on
I
now.
mean, we don't we it so when this opportunity came to be a part of this wonderful organization, I said, all right, let me try this for the simple fact that um, these have to be women with like minds to have a heart to want to do for others, to be there for one another. But you have to be mindful of your surroundings. You have to be mindful of what is connected to you. I'm gonna say that again. You have to be reminded. You have to be mindful of what is connected to you, because what's connected to you can hinder you
That's right.
from getting to your purpose and plan, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in your business. Some people are connected to someone and you're trying to figure out why you can't get to the next level, why you can't get to that next promotion. It's because who you're connected to, where you're going, they can't go. But you're not listening for the release. The
Mm.
release is there and you're not even listening for it. You see the signs, you see that you're not supposed to be there, but you won't take heed to the release. So now you're holding up your blessing.
Well, one of my sisters from EWBI came to me, and and we were talking because she said, I started an organization that just didn't work out, women. And she said, so I was kind of leery about joining this organization. She said, but honestly, I joined this organization. We don't have those type of issues. And I was like, if if it's anything I can do in my power, we will never have those type of issues, because those type of issues are the issues that have run me away from other organizations. I used to be, very heavy into other organizations. And like, if you can't show me that you just want to call me your sister, but I'm hurting and you don't reach out, you don't pick that
Mm-hmm.
phone up to talk to me,
That's
or
right.
you want to call me your sister, but my business is failing, and some tips that you can give me, and you don't reach out to me to give me those tips, or
Right.
a resource that you can help, then are you truly my sister?
Right. Right.
Because that's just speaking words. I want to see the actions behind it. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that I can say, about EWBI. And I think we mentioned it on the show before, and I saw that Rhonda was watching, but one of our sisters, Rhonda, with Legacy Love. She has an organization, and they typically, and I'm on the board of that organization, and typically Legacy Love has this big breakfast banquet, scholarship breakfast banquet for students entering into school, and they weren't able to have it because of COVID.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so but Rhonda's like, I'm gonna do anything in my power to be able to be a blessing to these youth. I still want to get this scholarship together, so
Mhm.
she's working on that. So if anybody would like to donate to Rhonda, Rhonda, please put your website in there, because she wants to bless a youth with a scholarship. And we know right now in this day and time with COVID, some parents have been furloughed, some parents have lost their jobs, some parents
Mhm.
have, whatever the financial issue is, we understand. And we don't want that to be a hindrance to a child going to further their education if that's what they want to do. So
Right.
if you would like to be a blessing to our sister Rhonda, please do so. So I mentioned the scholarship because some people had paid to be a vendor, some people had paid from our organization to purchase a ticket to get into the venue. And so when
Mhm.
Rhonda told them that she still wanted to bless the children with the scholarship, they said, keep the money.
Mm.
That's a sister. That's a
Yeah.
sister. They said
Yeah.
keep the money and use it for the scholarship. They didn't have to
Wonderful.
call her and say, well, when are you giving the scholarship? They already know that she have a pure heart and what she's going to do with it. They said keep
Mhm.
that money. So that is the blessing, that we can bless each other. It's a blessing to be a blessing.
That's
And
it.
that's when
Mhm.
that's when you get your blessings. When
Yes.
you're a blessing to someone else.
That's right. That's right.
So
Absolutely right.
if you are still listening, please put Legacy Love. I keep wanting to say Legacy Book Bar. We got too many legacies. In our organization, we had three different businesses with legacy. Divine Legacy Publishing, Legacy Book Bar, and Legacy Love. But we're talking about Legacy Love. Rhonda Clyburn. So a lot of people know her heart for youth. She was a AP for so many years at Western. Now she's an AP at um, Vivian T. Thomas Medical Academy, and they're doing wonderful work. So she said, all we need is 100 people to give $200.
Mhm.
All we need is 100 people to give $20. Please go to our website, support at legacylove.net. We only need 100 people to give $20. Come on, guys, we can do that.
Mhm.
A
Mhm.
100 people to
Mhm.
give $20. I'm pledging my
Mhm.
I'm a pledge 40 right now.
All right. All
All
right.
right. I'm pledging 40 right now, and I just pray that somebody else will pledge the rest. And she said grateful. She gave the hashtag
Mhm.
grateful. So if
Wait,
everybody
I need the website again. I want to pledge. I got 100.
Wow. Trina says she has 100. Thank you. God bless you, sister. Support at legacylove.net.
Come
And
on,
look,
let's go. Let's go.
that's right. So we challenge all of our EWBI sisters. If it's $5, look, we might have another sister to have 15 to make you 20. But we want to do the $20 for 100 people. We can do that, y'all. We can do that.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's go.
Yes, Janine says she'll get $20. Thank you, Janine. That she is always a blessing. She's awesome. So thank you guys. If you are willing to pledge, please just put it in the comment section right here that you're willing to pledge. And look, I have 2 days furlough. They used to pay for our health insurance. Now July 1st, we gotta pay for our own health insurance. So look, it's real out there. We understand, but at the same time, we also understand that that $20 could be something that you're just going out and just buying something to eat, or and we could we could spare that to bless a youth. So let's see, just before we get I'm going to come back to you, Trina. I just want to see if anybody else said anything. Rhonda said, oh my goodness, I'm crying, this was so unexpected. And it really was. I just thought about the story about EWBI and how they were a blessing, and I just wanted to put it out there, so if any of our listeners wanted to be a blessing, and we understand if you can't, so don't feel bad if you can't, but we're talking to the people who can. If you guys could just spare that $20, that would be such a blessing to a youth. So if you shy, and or if you're like me and don't like to share that you're going to do something, that's fine too. You can reach out to me or Legacy Love. The website is in www.legacylove.net. So Trina, back to you. So
Mm-hmm.
tell us, okay, so if there's, I want two things from you. If there's anything that you could tell an inspiring youth who may be interested in doing hair,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of on the fence,
Mm-hmm.
tell us what you would tell them.
Okay.
Um, and I want you to tell us anything that you haven't had the opportunity to share with our audience, that you wanted them to know about you or your business today. And then lastly, the third thing is to give them your contact information.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. So first off, for the youth, anyone who is aspiring to do hair and who has a passion, first off, I want you to understand that you want to get involved with this. You want to do this because you love it. It's a passion. It's a desire. Don't get into it for a dollar bill. Okay, do not get into it for a dollar bill. Oh, you can make this amount of money, you can make that amount of money, because you want to come in with a spirit of excellence. You want to come in with a spirit of professionalism. Okay, you want to learn your craft. YouTube University and Google University is not a good learning source. It's not a good educational tool. Go to cosmetology school, learn your craft. All right, master your craft. Okay, and then go out and get it done. It's nothing that you can do if you put your mind to it, your heart and your mind to it. Your motives have to be right. Motives have to be right. Okay, if you have a desire and you have a heart, do not be fearful, because you can do all things. All things you can do.
Yes,
Okay,
through Christ who
all
strength.
through Christ, all things you can do.
Yes,
So do not be fearful. You sit there and you whatever your desires of your heart is, if you have a desire for that, it's there. So it will be birthed. It will be manifested. I would say just be wise about your motives of why you're getting things done. Um, get with mentorship, and I'll leave my information if anybody wants to get in contact with me. And I don't mind mentoring anyone who comes to me for help. If I can help you, I will. I do not have a problem with that, and I would love that. I would love to mentor the next generation of professional hairstylists. I want to make sure I say that professional beauty industry professionals. It's something, because our industry has changed. The industry has shifted. The professionalism is not there anymore. The loyalty is not there anymore. And so now you have to create your own atmosphere. You have to create a new avenue to be able to market yourself,
mm,
because things have shifted. Things have shifted. Your brand has to say something about you. All right, your character, your integrity. All right. So, that's what I would say to the youth. Just make sure that it's something that you want to do. Because if you're in it for a dollar bill, you're going to be sadly mistaken. Then that's not it's not working anymore for the cosmetology field. A dollar
right.
bill, you just have to
I was
do it.
just talking to another cosmetologist, Anita Phillips, who graduated with us.
Yes, yes,
And she was just saying the same thing, and she said they had a big conference call in reference to it and everything, and just that the industry is just so different than it used to be.
yes,
You
indeed,
know,
yes, indeed,
but you
yeah.
keep making it happen. So, so hats off to you. So now tell us, is there anything that we didn't get a chance to discuss that you wanted to share with the audience?
Let me see. We talked about. I think we pretty much touched on everything.
Okay.
I think we pretty much touched on everything. I can give out my
Contact
info. Yep,
information.
my contact information. So my phone number. I'll give you my phone number first. Should I type it? Should I type it in the thing, or just say it?
No, somebody will type it.
Okay,
I
somebody type it. Okay, so my phone number. I can be reached at 443-996-8972. Again, 443-996-8972. Again, my name is Trina Montgomery Curry. I am Trina Montgomery Curry on Facebook. On Instagram, I am Sheer Anointing. And also, I am Sitting Pretty for Real. So it's Sitting underscore pretty underscore for underscore real on IG. My email is sheeranointing@gmail.com, and also Sitting Pretty for Real at gmail.com.
All right. So they did just add your information on our page. So thank you so much for coming on, Trina. It's been a blessing. You really have given us so much information about the
Mhm.
hair
Yeah.
industry, forex
Yes,
trading,
yes. And if anybody
and
is interested in that, please give me a call because it is really changing the game. I'm telling you, it's really changing the game. And if you are looking to go to the next level in your financial portfolio, I can mentor you there and make sure you get what you need. So if you have my number, give me a call. It is phenomenal. It's been a blessing to me, and I just want to share it with everybody else.
that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You are so
So
welcome.
before we go, I am seeing another donation, Nicole Jones. And let me tell you, Nicole is one of the people, she always sits back and always is one of those secret givers and don't want any kind of, gratification. She,
Yes, you're
she don't
absolutely
want me,
right.
she don't want me to probably say this right now. But Nicole was one of the vendors who said, "Rhonda, you keep that money and add it towards." And do you know she said she's gonna give another $20. So let's give a shout out to Nicole Jones
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
for her additional twenty
Such a
dollars.
selfless person. I love her.
Yes. So between all of us, I think that's $180 from EWBI just from the few of us that decided to give, and then there may be more people. So we just thank each and every one of you guys who decided to give tonight. It's such a blessing, and the ones who want to give but aren't able to give, we thank you too because we know that your heart is in the right place as well, and we understand the day and the time that we serve. But I just thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in to Empowered Women in Business International radio show tonight. If you would like to find out more about how to become a member of this wonderful organization, Empowered Women in Business International, you can visit our website at www.ewbiradio.org. You can also you can fill out the contact spot that if you have questions, or you can just tell me to give you a call, send your number, however you want to get in touch with me. But I tell you, this organization is such a blessing. We had a speech class, a public speaking class for our members last night, and it was so amazing. It really blessed my heart because some of our members were so scared to speak publicly, and to hear the growth, man, that is such a blessing to hear them grow over time because they have worked on their craft with their sisters. Man, it was such a blessing. We also have what we call sisterly Sundays, and that's an opportunity for us to make sure that we get to know each other because we constantly have new members joining our organization, and we always want to know a little bit more about them. So it gives us an opportunity to just relax and have a good time and get to know each other. And then we also have our boss night out. So our boss night out is a chance for us to let our hair down and and just get to know each other as well. And we now that is the only time we say we definitely don't discuss business, because we want you to be able to just come and enjoy each other's company, and be able to just enjoy the vibe. We're gonna have a massage therapist at this one coming up. We're doing a paint and sips. We have a little wine tasting. So it's going to be an amazing night for our members, as well as our photo shoot. So we always have a lot planned for our members. Of course, we'll be doing our social distancing thing, but it'll be amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope our members are too. What else? We had think tanks. We have our monthly meetings where we provide personal and professional development. So it's just an opportunity for you to grow. So if you are a small business and you just want additional resources, you just want that sisterhood, that body of people to help to encourage you and to empower you, then look no further than Empowered Women in Business International. So we're going to close like we always do with our motto. Individually, we can do great things, but collectively, we can forever change the world by Nick Mosby. So don't forget to lock here at 8:05 every Tuesday for Empowered Women in Business International Radio Show, sponsored by Awesome God Radio. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful night,
Wonderful.
and I'll see you next Tuesday.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank
You're
you so
so welcome.
much.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate you.